Virgo, thank you for joining me for your April mid-month reading. We're going to dive into the energies to find out what is available for you, any messages that Spirit may have for you for the remaining 2 weeks of this month. And I feel like, honestly, as I'm doing this, it definitely spills into May. We are about to go into an earth sign. I'm sure you're going to really appreciate the feeling of being grounded. And I think maybe even feeling like you've got some traction, right? And I want to know, how is your relationship with trust going? Trust with Spirit. That's what you've been working on for a little while now, and I think that things are going to start to manifest as we're moving into Taurus and the fixed Earth sign. Let's see. So, first card here, please, for Virgo for the next 2 weeks. We have significant relationships, even potentially people from the past. This is the Six of Cups. Six of Cups, especially in this deck, we're talking about deep, heartfelt, sincere connections. We have an upgrade in what you are seen for, like people taking notice of the authority now that you exuberate. So the Six of Wands can be a promotion, right? But what we're really talking about with the Six of Wands is the confidence that you have to make strong, secure decisions for yourself that impact potentially even other people. And people are taking notice of the authority that you now hold because of that confidence. Okay, that's what the Six of Wands talks about. So let's go ahead and, I'm loving that. I love it. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is strategic allocation of resources. Strategic allocation of resources. I am going to invest wisely, and I am going to see my investments, the return on investment. And this is, she's working, say she, but this being of light here is working with the light of consciousness, with wealth consciousness, tapped into security of self. You notice the first word there was security. The second word was self. Tapped into security of self, right? In order to invest wisely and expect, anticipate, and see intangible the return on investment. Wealth consciousness. Loving it. Love this for you guys. Love this for you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get some clarifiers for that. Six of Cups, please. Four of Cups. Okay. All right. Talking about a lot of emotions going on here, Virgo. Ooh. 10 of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. You're being guided to go really deep. You know what? Do you know what? This connection was so strong. Okay, so this Six of Cups talks about, it could be mother-child relationship, mother-child. It can be, because this is a Cancer card, and Cancer is the mother of tarot, okay? But it's what you are tending to, what you are taking care of, and even so, taking care of other people or taking care of yourself. Right? Sometimes what we're talking about here is taking care of other people in order to not take care of oneself. But this inner child or relationships that you have experienced in current time being very similar, if not the same, relationships from your childhood. So that is to say, you're being guided to look at oh my God, there's so much here. Sorry, I need to put all this into words. I'm just getting drops of like downloads, right? We're looking at here, Virgo, how you're showing up in current relationships. How you're currently showing up in relationships, being directly tied to how you were nurtured as a child and how much you pay attention to the inner child within. I hope that makes sense. Now, in all of our relationships, there's wisdom to be gained. And the Six of Swords asks you to find the wisdom to be gained, the wisdom that you have gained, and identify that, because that's what is going to be necessary. It's that recognition of what relationships have taught you, what relationships have taught you about yourself, and how you engage in relationships moving forward. It's that piece. So maybe you've had toxic relationships in the past, but being able to see, oh, it's this dynamic and that dynamic. It's me taking care of them. It's me taking care of them. And rather than taking care of me. And maybe I wasn't taken care of the way that I felt like I needed to as a child. So that has put me in these relationships with other people that I feel like I need to take care of. This is what we're really talking about. We're talking about, are you taking care of yourself, or are you taking care of other people instead of self? It's always nice to be, good to other people. But are you taking care of other people instead of taking care of yourself, where you had not been able to take care of you when you were young? Okay. Now, that inability to go to the depths of that realization emotionally within yourself has been keeping you kind of stuck in one place, where you're like, I know Spirit wants to bring me something new. I know that something else is able to manifest, but yeah, I'm kind of good here. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. I'm fine. I'm just gonna keep sipping from this cup. At least I know what's in this cup, right? At least I know where I'm at emotionally without having to go any deeper. But you can't not, because we also have, guess what? The 10 of Swords, which means that the truth is going to be revealed to you in all of these dynamics with other people, within yourself, within your, all of it, the whole thing. Look, yeah, the light of consciousness connects all of the dots, everything. Perfect clarity, makes sense. And now, because it's a 10, it ends the patterns that had been playing out within yourself, within the lack of care for self, and within relationships. It ends. Okay, you've ended that. You're ending that. That's done. And because now it's done, the Six of Swords, the promise here in both of these cards is you're now able to go to an emotionally secure place. Where you had been hardened inside your heart is now soft. And because it's soft and gooey now, you now have these promises from Spirit of manifestation of what's available for you, okay? And what happens, what this manifestation looks like, is the security within self to be able to make strong decisions that affect other people. And other people honor and appreciate and respect you because of that. Six of Wands. Oh my God, Virgo, do you feel this new you standing up? All right. Okay, I am going to go ahead and reshuffle here. I did see the three of Swords, which is betrayal, heartbreak. Here's the thing about the Swords. It's information, it's perception, it's the workings of your mind. So it has only been you that has been breaking your own heart this whole time, where you have felt betrayed. I know it's very easy to say, no, my parents did this. My parents weren't. My friends were this way. My lover was this way. My boss was this way. It was them. But it was only the way. Attitude is everything. It's only the way that you've been looking at things that has kept you there and has been breaking your heart. When you see it differently, when you see it from the lens of wisdom, that's Six of Swords, now you're free of a broken heart. And you are. You're free of the broken heart. Okay, so we have here, no. We have all these swords. You are really thinking about this stuff. But I don't feel like that's your card. I don't feel like it is. I feel like your head is trying to get into this. Get your head out of here. Stop overthinking it, okay? Feel. Have you guys seen that Disney animated movie? It's Onward. And the older brother keeps telling the younger brother, as he's got this now magic staff, And he's telling him that, to practice your spells because he's a wizard, they discovered. And they're like, his older brother's like, practice the spells now before we go to this place or get where we need to get, like where you're going to be using the magic. And so they're traveling in the older brother's van, and he's like trying to point the magic staff, and he's, trying to do these spells during this book. And his older brother goes, heart's fire, speak with your heart's fire, heart's fire. And he's trying to inspire the younger brother, but the other brother's like, stop saying heart's fire, because he can't quite do the magic yet. That's what I feel like I need to say to you. Heart's fire. Tap into your passions. Tap into what ignites you, what lights you up. Tap into that, because that's the part of you that is actually making these strong decisions. Okay, this is fire energy. And guess what? Your ruling planet Mercury is in Aries. So that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen here. All right. So stop getting your head into it. Get into your heart's fire. And let's... God, good God. Good. Messy. Messy. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, it's messy getting into your heart versus your head. I feel like the cards are so telling in so many ways here. Even the way that the cards shuffle or lack thereof. All right. Let's just go ahead and relax. Calm. We've got all the information that we need now. Let's just now see what's next, okay? All right. There we go. 6 of Wands. Now there's another fire card. This is the Strength card. I would like to just say something here. That you're at a crossroads, okay? You're at a crossroads, and it directly affects your earnings, okay? Your gifts, your talents, and what you have into potential of earning in the world, okay? It affects that, but of course it does, because we have the 9 of Pentacles on the other side of this. But here we have Strength, the 8, okay? The 8, which is all about personal power. This is where you have the power to choose to look at something through the lens of fear. No more, okay? You have made a very powerful, very empowering decision that will affect other people, that you will have enough respect for yourself to only feel good. That's what the Strength card is all about. It is about abundance that is available for you, through you, because of self-respect. Enough self-respect to feel good versus feeling heartbroken, versus feeling fearful, versus having relationships that are built on pain and wound and all the things based on like, I didn't get what I needed when I was young. That narrative. Yeah. Yep. And you're like, no more. No more. I'm now a healed version of myself. And because I'm healed, I'm tapped into higher consciousness. And I would just like to say that this is card 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. And when we talk about 8, we're always talking about abundance through personal power. Abundance through personal power. I'm just going to say that one more time. Abundance through personal power. You are feeling empowered. And I just want you to celebrate you here, Virgo, because you guys have come I'm going back to that movie Onward. Okay, I've got to do it. I've got to do it at this point, because he uses his magic staff to create a trust bridge that takes him over this ravine that is like this never-ending, it's a never-ending pit. I don't remember what it's called in the movie, but he will fall forever. When you're living in fear, it felt like you could fall further and further into despair, right? Forever, and you would have. But you said, no, I'm going to use the magic within me as I tap into this healed version of myself, and I be kind to me. I love me and I respect me enough to feel good. Not expecting other people to make me feel good. Because you've done that, you built this bridge, this invisible bridge that only you have access to through your personal brand of magic that takes you over that ravine. It's literally like this cliff, right? These cliffs, and he just falls into the center of it. And the ravine doesn't feel like, it feels like like a cavity in the earth, which is interesting because I keep going back to like cavern, cavity, something. Is there a word that I'm just not quite getting, you guys? Because we have a cave here. Okay, we have a cave here. This is even a cave. So this is to say that your thoughts were keeping you trapped in this never-ending falling, always falling deeper and deeper into despair, whatever it was. And now, because you're tapped into this lighter version, you feel like you're floating, you feel like you're flowing, you feel like everything is possible, and you're literally step by step being guided now by spirit. Look at all that magic. That magic is you. Okay? That magic is happiness. Okay. Now, let's get into the 9 of Pentacles. Okay? 9 of Pentacles. So what does all of this translate to? Money. It translates to money. Let's let the cards tell us. Please tell us about that 9 of Pentacles spirit for our beautiful Virgos. Okay, well, you just had to do it, didn't you? Just had to take a peek back. You know what? What is that, it's not a parable, it's a story in the Old Testament. You know it's rough. It's in the Old Testament, okay? And it's where what's his name's wife, the village their city has been destroyed by God, but whoever this man is, I don't know. He's told to take his family and leave, but they are not to look backwards because they will turn into a pillar of salt. Now, and his wife does. She turns into a pillar of salt. And guess what? He and his daughters go and live in caves. You want to live in this cave forever? You want to live in that? You want to keep falling forever? When you look at your finances, here's what the cards are telling you. When you look at your finances, when you look at how you apply your attention and your resources, do not go back to a place of fear and break your own damn heart. Do not look at your finances through the lens of fear. Okay? Do not. Because you're going to break your own damn heart. You're going to be falling forever. You're going to turn into a pile of salt. Do you remember I said that you were at a crossroads? And I thought we covered that. Guys. We have the Sun card. Now, the Sun card is where this is the most optimistic, the most positive, the most uplifting card in the deck, okay? So you can choose heartbreak when you're looking at your attention, what you're paying attention to, when you're looking at your finances. Okay, let's just say that because this is a card of abundance, right? And so we have heartbreak and we have the most optimistic, the highest octave of love, the spirit turning thoughts into things. Look at life itself grows because of the Sun. You have a choice which way you're going to look. You're at a crossroads. You're at a major crossroads. Am I going to turn around? Am I going to look at my finances with fear, or am I going to look at my financial state with optimism and help my money grow? And this is what Spirit's saying. This is the 10 of Cups. We're back to the emotional part of it, okay? Because your thoughts are creating a chemical reaction inside your body that we call emotions. You have the ability to fulfill all of your wishes, all roads, no matter if you choose sadness, even if you are a pile of salt, I guess. All roads are still going to lead you back to what was always yours. Happiness, satisfaction, the abundance that you desire. You were always going to have the abundance. You were always going to have your wishes fulfilled, okay? What road do you want to take getting there? This one is another emotional card, and it's saying, follow your passions. Do not look in the direction of sadness anymore. Do not look through the lens of sadness anymore. You have the ability right here, right now, to make an everlasting decision that will impact your finances and your relationship with your finances moving forward. Because there is so much power within these moments, these subtle thoughts, these fleeting feelings. None of these feelings look fleeting, and none of these feelings look like these thoughts look fleeting either. It looks like they're heavy, and it looks like can be difficult to turn around. But I'm telling you, when you choose to feel good, here's the deal. When you choose to feel good, when you choose to simply feel good and be inspired through that good feeling, everything changes. Because you're going to get what you want, no matter what. You're going to get what you want. But here's the thing. Even if you get what you want, if you're not feeling fantastic, you're not going to feel fantastic about getting what you want. You could literally win the lottery. You could literally have a large sum of money or the greatest job. And I think that this is the thing that you really want to hear right now. You're going to get the thing. 100%. There's no doubt about it. But who are you going to be when it gets here? Because if you're not happy now and looking through the lens of optimism, looking through the lens of life is good, always, then when it happens, when you get the thing, you will not be any happier than you are now, or you will only be happy briefly. When you get the new job, when you get the money, when you get the whatever it is, when this thing is going to happen, it's going to happen. You're going to get it. How do you then take what you have manifested and apply it to, or allocate it, or use it for that return on investment of more happiness? And what we're really looking at here is when you choose happiness, you will always get happiness back through your experiences. When you're looking at life through a lens of sadness or heartbreak or not enoughness or lack, when you get the thing, it will come. It will come. When you get the thing, it will still not be enough. You will still feel fearful about how to allocate that. And the return that you get on that investment will be minimal in comparison. Okay? So you have a major decision to make. And that is, am I going to be emotionally connected to all of the love and all of the happiness and all of the joy inside of me, and then receive in a satisfying way that continually fills my cup? And that return on investment will be much more expanded and will continue. I feel like it will continue to expand, because then you'll use that return for more, and that return for more, and that return for more. You are holding all of the power in your hands in the next 2 weeks. And I can tell you that in the next 2 weeks, it's going to land, whatever it is. But who are you going to be when it does? And I say, the one who is healed, the one who is happy, the one who is led by Spirit step by step, because they've tamed. And it, here's the thing. Let's just dissect this for just a moment, okay? This beast, while it appears that this person, the strong man, the strength card, right? has killed or tamed this beast does not mean that the beasts don't exist. It doesn't mean, and I don't know if he kills it or if he just tames it, right? In the typical tarot and in the traditional Rider-Waite Smith deck, what we see is the lion being tamed. And this doesn't look like a dead snake. It looks like a tamed dragon, right? Tamed snake. So what we're seeing here is that the fear doesn't cease to exist. It's your relationship with fear that changes. It's, are you letting fear control you and cloud your perception and taint all of your experiences? Or do you have a relationship with fear that says, oh, this feeling, and I know this feeling, I can label it, it's fear. Now that I recognize this feeling and I can label it, I can go, oh, you know what? Actually, what this means is that I'm not connected to a higher consciousness right now. And when you have that realization of it's simply applying that logic to emotions. Emotions aren't logical, but you can apply the reality that my thoughts are creating my emotions. Therefore, and you think, okay, actually, this is a really good point here, because what we then say is, okay, so if I control my thoughts, then I can control my emotions, but it's actually opposite of that. And so that we can get really wound up, really, really caught up trying to control our thoughts. We're just going to dig ourselves deeper. We're going to find ourselves darker and darker in that cave, deeper, falling forever. You have to choose a different emotion in order to have access to a higher thought. So the way to control your thoughts is by controlling or changing your emotional state of being. And when you're able to do that, my God, you really do have the empowerment to have all of the abundance that you desire. That continual return on investment in the most pleasurable and optimistic way. When you say, okay, I'm going to choose how I feel today. I'm going to choose how I feel in this moment. And by doing that, you have access to a higher caliber of thoughts, i.e. higher consciousness, which will bless and bless and bless your life. So, you got it? Super simple. Choose to feel better. Always. And you literally have the access to like opening the vault. And continue to make withdrawals from that vault of wealth. Using wealth consciousness. Wealth consciousness is optimistic. Think about that for just a moment. Wealth consciousness is optimistic. So if you feel optimistic, you have access to the thoughts of wealth consciousness. That's your message. Access to wealth consciousness through uplifted emotions. Okay. Bless you all. Have a wonderful next couple of weeks. We just simplified it all. We've cured the world now. And we're able to live happily ever after. And you do have that ability to live happily ever after once you understand how to tame fear by going, oh, I see you, and I choose to feel something else. Wealth consciousness now is able to be downloaded into you. I love you guys. Take care. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye now.